So going back to that random acts of kindness thing, I was thinking about, when I went to that thrift store 2 mornings ago, and I got 2 books. I got that Ralph Stanley book, or 2 Ralph Stanley audio books, or Charles Stanley, I'm thinking of the bluegrass guy. Actually, no, that was at a different store. I got 2 books, just regular books, not audio books, at the St. Vincent store in Crescent City. And I got a Traveling Wilburys tape for 25 cents, which I was totally jacked about. And that's part of the reason I love this 2007 Highlander. It's got a tape player, and getting a different vehicle. I mean, I would never get a different vehicle until this thing dies. It's got like 230,000 miles and still drives better than a brand new car, honestly. But I was checking out, and I could tell this guy, he was probably like a Vietnam veteran or something, because you could just tell he was kind of a hard guy. And he seemed like he was a little bit annoyed from some of the people going through the store or checking out or whatever. Or maybe he was just not feeling fully himself that day. And I woke up super early, and I was just super tired. And I'd probably been up for like 4 hours. So I'm getting up at like 4:30 lately, getting to sleep at like 11:30. Realize I only need like 5 hours of sleep now that I've been quitting marijuana. And I was getting up to the checkout, and this guy must have sensed that maybe I was a little down. I never show it because, like Daniel Amen says, that's a guy I've been getting into a lot lately. He's such a cool guy. But he was like saying, and this is how I've always felt, and it's something I've always done too, is it's your duty, even if you're feeling down, you put on a happy face. That's just what you do in a good society. And that's something I've always done. But this guy maybe detected somehow that I was a little off, but I'm always super polite. And my total was $2.25 for the 2 books and the 25-cent Traveling Wilburys tape, which was just an awesome deal. I just couldn't believe it. It felt like stealing almost. But he was asking me if I had a quarter, and there's nothing worse than somebody who holds up a line, and I don't want to be one of those people. So I was frantically searching for a quarter for about 3-4 seconds, but it felt like 10 when you're self-conscious like that or whatever, trying to keep the line going. And so I didn't have one, and I handed him $3, and he said, "Oh, don't worry about it. We've got plenty of quarters coming in." And that didn't even make sense. It's like the guy was just obviously doing a kind act, even though he wasn't maybe feeling 100% that day. But I had this awesome thought, and I know these are I feel like they're coming from God, because I've never been able to write or think about stuff to the degree I have lately since I started following the narrow path, quitting smoking marijuana and just following God, and really not even having sinful thoughts anymore. Besides about women sometimes, I guess, but not sinful. I mean, it's in a good place about meeting a woman. But I was thinking, this guy maybe felt 50% of what he usually does, and maybe he felt 25% of what he usually does. I probably felt like, I wanted to say 50% of how I usually felt when I was thinking about when I wrote this down, because I wrote it in my notebook. But then I was thinking, that guy, and also he offered the 25 cents, so I offered him $3, and I said, "You can just keep the 75 cents, and that's when he said, "No, we got a lot of quarters coming in." And so he was just, he was saying, "I'm just going to do this kind thing." And it just kind of made my day, just a small thing, 25 cents. But I was thinking, I felt 50% of myself that day. Or maybe I even felt 75%, because when you're depressed, sometimes you tend to, or when you're in a bad mood or you didn't sleep well, which I slept so amazing today, and I realized what a good sleep can do for your mind. That's such a big thing. But I was thinking, I felt 50% say that day. And that guy, just from that 25 cents he gave me, I felt 75%. I felt so much better. Maybe that guy only felt 50% better that day, but he offered 25 cents of kindness, you know, 25%, even though he wasn't feeling that good. And I guarantee you he felt better from that. I guarantee you he felt 25% better. So that's how we make the whole world whole. Thinking about that stuff, you know, just a random kind act, how that can just totally change someone's day, and just be super thankful. And then of course I pop in the Traveling Wilburys tape, and someone had it rewound to the beginning, which isn't always the case with tapes. And what starts playing is Handle with Care, and he's going through the lyrics, been up, been cut down, handle me with care. And God, what a perfect thing. It's just one of those little God nudges. It's so freaking awesome. Thank you, God.